All right, so we have a lot of key definitions that we need to talk about in terms of pairs of angles. We have adjacent angles. Now, adjacent angles are angles that are right next to each other, just like it sounds. So, this is just an angle. However, when I pair it with this line, now we have adjacent angles. Now, is this an adjacent angle? Well, the answer is no, because they're not right next to each other. They don't, this vertex, they don't have, there's no common vertex for the two angles. So, not so much for this one. Linear angles. Linear angles are two angles that will create a line when they are adjacent. So linear angles, so I have a line. So let's call this A, B, C, D. So angle A, D, B, I forgot what I labeled them, forms a linear pair or linear angle with BDC. Right? Complementary angles. Complementary angles equal 90 degrees. Supplementary angles equal, come on, let's hear it. That's right, 180 degrees. Vertical angles are kind of cool. So when you have any two lines that cross, you will create two pairs of congruent angles, and each pair are referred to as vertical angles. So this angle is congruent to this angle, and they are called vertical angles. But also, this obtuse angle and this obtuse angle are also congruent, and they form a vertical pair as well. Okay. So let's try some examples. Now clearly you are going to do this first, and you're going to double check. So I'm going to pause right now. You're going to hit the pause button, do the examples, and let's see how you did. Pause now. And we're back. It's like my favorite line after the pause. All right, so tell whether, we're on this one right here, tell whether the angles form adjacent, and form a linear pair, or just not adjacent. Okay, angles 1 and 2. Angles 1 and 2, well, they're adjacent because they share a common vertex right here, and they are on a line, so angles 1 and 2, they form a linear pair. Angles 7 and 9. Well, these are not adjacent. 7 and 9 are vertical angles. And vertical angles are never adjacent. But vertical angles is not an option. We have to go with not adjacent. I'll use NA. All right, angles 3 and 4. With angles 3 and 4, they are adjacent. However, they don't form a linear pair because this line and this line don't form a line. All right. Find the complement of angle F. Well, complementary means that they add up to 90 degrees. And therefore, we want to have a complement that goes here, just like this. So therefore, we're going to have our 90 degrees minus the 59 that we have taken up. So 31 degrees would be a complementary angle. Find the supplementary angle. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Well, we know that this whole thing is 180 degrees, which means this angle here is going to be 180 degrees minus the 7x plus 10. Okay, well, we can have an algebraic expression as our answer, can't we? So let's go with 180 minus 7x plus 10. Well, this answer is not in simplest form, so let's simplify this a bit. I'm going to distribute the negative sign, so we have 180 minus 7x minus 10. I can combine the 180 and the negative 10 to form 170. So we're going to end up with 170 minus 7x. Not too bad. All right. An angle is 10 degrees more than 3 times the measure of its complement. Find the measure of the complement. So we know two complements together equal 90 degrees. So we know we're going to have 90. And we have one angle. I don't know what that angle is. So let's call it, I don't know, x for originality. An angle is 3 or 10 more than 3 times the measure of its complement. So, actually, let's say x is the complement. And we're going to add the complement and the original angle together. And that should equal 90 degrees. So 10 more, that's plus 10, 3 times. So an angle is 10 more than 3 times. Okay, so that works. All right, so what is x plus x? 4x. So we get 90 is equal to 4x plus 10 minus 10 minus 10. So we get 80 is equal to 4x. X is equal to 20. Well, find the measure of the complement. Well, we already said x is the measure of the complement. Therefore, the original angle has to be 90 minus 20, which is 70. All right. Name the pairs of vertical angles. Well, we have angle LIG, this one right here, and HIT, hit. Also, we have GIT and LIH. Finally, light passing through a fiber optic cable reflects off the walls in such a way that angle 1 is congruent. That's what this little symbol means. I'll enlarge it. That's the congruent symbol to angle 2. Angle 1 and 3 are complementary, and angle 2 and 4 are complementary. If angle 1 is 47 degrees, find the measure of the angles. All right, so angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. So if angle 1 is 47, so is angle 2. Angle 3 is a complementary angle, so that is going to be what? 43. And angle 4 and 2 and 4 are complementary, so that is also 43. All right, I hope that was helpful. And now feel free to go on to your normal assignment.